What's going on, everybody? My name is Machiavelli with yet another video of our best friend Drizzy, Aubery, Gentlegram, Aubery Anna, Supac with another piece of humiliation again. And this one is just so extremely immature, in my opinion. I don't know if it's orchestrated. It could seem like it. I don't know, but basically what happened was Drake, and he has a sponsorship deal with this company named Stake. So Stake is an Australian company. They basically are online casinos, basically like crypto or something like that. And they also have a sister company named Kick, which is a streaming platform. And they own both. And Drake's been affiliated with both. He has a Kick account, or he had one. He deleted, but more on that later. He had a Kick account, and he signed $100 million, and some people say up to $180 million in a deal with Stake so that he could sponsor the app. Or, you know, you've seen it on the live streams. This guy just live streams where he gambles, he hops on with other people, he plays roulette, he then posts his wins on Instagram and all that stuff. I don't think that's moral at all, because considering Drake's audience is pretty young, and you're infiltrating that into young people's heads, you know, gambling and shit, bro, that's fucked up. That's messed up in my opinion. You shouldn't be able to do that. That's not moral at all. Especially when you grow up and you condition your brain to get that rush from gambling. Bro, and then you gamify it and you make it so accessible. You had it on your phone and people look up to you, and you're that example. I think it's a problem, you know. But aside from that, he basically signed this deal with them. And now apparently they've crashed out. They had a disagreement after, you know, they have their series of up and downs, you know. Drake doing the streams, you know, he basically promoting the hell out of that company. Then they sponsored the tour for Drake over in Australia earlier this year in January, where Drake canceled half of the tour because, you know, scheduling issues or something like that. Some bullshit excuse. Basically, pretty sure they couldn't fill the stadiums up or the arenas up. They were selling the tickets for dirt cheap. Like, they were really not selling out the shows at all. If they were selling it out, it's low. Like, they were selling for like $50, and it's Australian dollars. It's less valuable than American dollars. So, you know, it just leaves you to think that these guys really didn't, you know, are not doing good business with Drake, you know. And recently he just crashed out. He basically said that these guys are not letting him withdraw his earnings from the accounts, and he thinks it's personal, you know what I'm saying. And he crashed out at them. But the thing is that he went online, he went publicly to disclose that, and he said he wanted to fight the CEO of Stake, which is Eddie something. Like, he's some Australian dude, bro. But Adam Ross went over on he has like a boxing thing, like Brand Risk, something like that. That's the name. And I'm gonna play the clip here. But he basically said that, you know, he called Drake. They wanted to orchestrate this whole thing, but, you know, I'm just letting him talk about that.
The greatest, the best, Drizzy Drake said, Aiden, I will fight on Brand Risk for free. All my life, I will fight for free. I want to fight Eddie, and you fight B-John. So Eddie and B-John, it would be a great event. We could do something to do with charity. Let's do it. Let's give the fans what they want. We can get Drake to fight for free on Brand Risk if he fights Eddie. And I can fight B-John.
But yeah, man, basically, Drake's saying that he wants to fight somebody. This is a 30, almost 40-year-old motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? How the hell? That's for motherfuckers that's like 20 or shit. Even less than that. That's for motherfuckers in high school. Is you got beef with somebody, you want to, you know, crash out and you want to punch him and you want to have a fight. Bro, I don't see that shit like after, you know, college. You know, even in college, people was more mature than that, you know. But, you know, he on that plan, bro. And that leads me to think, is like, is he really seriously, you know, that immature and that trying to get the attention of the people and is trying to really cater to that type of person? Or he's really mad at them and, you know, he really feels that way. But I do believe, part of me believes it's orchestrated, because, you know, it just brings more attention to the app. It brings more attention to the company. But at the same time, it's like, if you cannot withdraw your earnings from there, then it just touches upon the credibility of the company or the app. So why would new people want to go there, and why would people want to use it if they win, they cannot get their earnings back, or they cannot get their money? you know. So why would, you know, the company let somebody else defame them? The same thing that's happening with Drake and Kendrick, this defamation, is the same thing going on with Kick and Drake. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm pretty sure Drake don't want to fight. I'm pretty sure that, you know, the CEO don't want to fight. Everybody around Drake, they not gonna advise him to fight. It's not a good idea. You know, it's just antics, just like, you know, just for the show. But it just shows that how, you know, how out of touch with reality this man is. He really doesn't care about his image at this point. You know, he's doing a full rebrand, but he's rebranding for the kids. You know what I'm saying? The same way Joe Budden said back in 2023 when For All the Dogs dropped. He said that Drake was rapping for the kids. And right now, Drake, his whole image is for children. It's for people that haven't grown. It's for people that don't got their priorities straight. It's for people that just want to go out and party and have fun. That's the type of people that Drake want to get to. And if that's the show that you put on for them, that's cool. You know, but don't come back and do some serious rap shit, because you ain't gonna succeed on that, bro. You officially been segregated. You officially been gentrified out of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And these, you know, all these shows of humiliation is just adding on to the fire, bro. We don't have that in culture. You know, after you get mad, if you lose, automatically you attack. You know, you go ahead and sue somebody if you couldn't win the rap battle. You go and fight somebody if you did bad business. You know, it just doesn't make sense, man. That's not a grown man thing. That's for immature people, and that's the type of people that Drake you know, his fan base is of. It's immature people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of things that they would do. So I totally get it why, you know, again, it's not I would say, if I would lean towards being fake or not, I honestly think it's fake. I honestly think it's for the show. If they want to put the fight or not, it's not going to happen. Most likely it's not going to happen. But, you know, the fact that it's even considered and the fact that it's even said, you know, it just speaks on the character of this person. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a symptom of a much bigger issue with Drake. But yeah, man, that's my 2 cents on it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. 1.